Hello and welcome back. I've mentioned previously about dreams leading to that stage of transition where we're outgrowing one aspect of our lives, we're outgrowing where we used to be and getting ready for the next stage. And that sometimes that transition becomes a much bigger picture. And what ends up happening is that there's a true transformation, that we become not just somebody living the next stage of the journey, but somebody who has really transformed themselves and claimed a whole other way of being present on the planet, a whole other way of defining who they are. Because each of these dreams, each of these transitions have the ultimate goal of taking us further and further to that authentic self, to that stage of realizing that we're the same as we used to be, yet dramatically different, that we are whole and yet so much more. It's as if we've expanded our reality to become so much more than we ever thought we could be, so much more than we ever truly were. And that's where sometimes that greatest fear for us can exist, that we know we're on the verge of really transforming who we are and how we see ourselves on this planet, how we see our life purpose, how we see ourselves in our own lives. And at that point in time, when we're in that place, it really is a recognition that our past has been a preparation. Everything in our past, all the dreams, all the failings, all the successes, all the introspection has really simply been preparation for where we're going next. It's our preparation for how we see ourselves in the world, how we see ourselves for the person we're becoming, and moving into that unknown in a whole new way. And hopefully it's an opportunity to see that we have constantly been changing our sense of self, understanding how we fit in the world, that this isn't something new, that we've been doing it in a much smaller scale leading up to this place. And now that we're here, it's just so much greater. It develops into a real understanding of who we are, where we're going, and who we're meant to be. We also develop a sense of values that are far beyond the material. In stages of transformation, we move so far beyond material. It has nothing to do with what we possess, what we had hoped to possess, or any of that part of reality. It isn't even truly about our relationship with the physical world. That transformation moves us into a state of recognizing that we are not about simply meeting our responsibilities. We're not about simply being in relationship with this world, that we're really about something so much greater, that there is so much more to our life than just this journey we're walking, that there's so much more to reality than just what we see. There's so much more to each of the people we meet than just what they present to us. It's living on a far deeper, again, spiritual level, as I've spoken about before, because this is a spiritual journey. And when we go through various transformations in our lives, we realize this life is so much more than we've ever imagined. And that thing that is of such great value is truly about the spiritual. It's about moving beyond anything we could have imagined and discovering another level of the authentic self, another level of who we truly are in a much bigger picture, a much bigger way of looking at the world, and that all the change we've created that stimulated the dreams, the transformations of our past is really a God-given gift, that fighting the natural process of life is exhausting. Fighting this transformation, fighting these changes really can destroy us physically and physical illness, because we become ill when we're living in those levels of dis-ease and fighting the natural progression and transition of life. And yet when we go along with it, we're learning that we are becoming so much more in the midst of this reality, yet we are claiming a sense of freedom, a spiritual expansion, and a comfort that's beyond anything in this world. And really, that's beyond words, because we have discovered that this journey is absolutely spiritual, far more than materialistic, and far more than anything we could have imagined. It's truly a spiritual journey of becoming, endlessly becoming, so much more. I wish that for you always.